My mother just beat cancer. She rang the bell and everything.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
I'm sorry that she ever had it, but that's wonderful.
She's a 2-time champion. She's got this on lockdown.
Oh.
I'm starting to think New Jersey might not be that
champ.
healthy. Yeah, my brother's
got the
beaten
one.
cancer twice. I've once. Not sure about my dad.
It's hard being on the outside looking in. I hope I get cancer again.
Yeah. You'll get your chance.
I've been injecting myself with a lot of stuff, man. I don't know. I think it's going to help.
Wait, again?
It's going to help. I think if I got any like little bit of cancer, it's going to be like the Macho Man Randy Savage of cancer. You know what I mean? Like just pump it up. I bet that's one of the reasons I would not do HGH, human growth hormone, is the potential for there being some tumor in your goddamn brain that otherwise would have stayed tiny until the year 2037 when we've got a pill for that. But instead you injected yourself with HGH, and now instead of you're dealing with it next year because it's been souped up just like you.
But you're not thinking it through. Your skull will be bigger, making room for the tumor.
That's what that's what happened to Joe Rogan. That is tumor growth. It's swelling his head. Yeah. That's what that is.
That makes sense.
I was sitting there the other day in bed, and I was like feeling my nuts as you do, and I felt something on my balls, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the doctor about that.
Yeah.
And so my doctor, he's the weirdest motherfucker you'll ever meet. Like this dude, you'll go in there and he'll be like, "Do you want to hear a dirty joke?" And then he'll just tell you something that's just like, "Wow, that was extremely racist. You're a medical doctor." But I go in there and I'm like, I got bad news. It's you're gonna see some shit today. And he's like, just tell me it's not arsehole stuff. I hate looking at arsehole stuff. And I'm like, no, it's my balls. He's like, oh, that's fine. Nah. As long as it's not your arsehole, I don't care, man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I like your doctor.
Yeah. I like the honesty. Although, what if it had been your asshole? He's really setting you up for failure. Like here's my concern. What if it was your asshole, but you were so embarrassed by that, you're like, no, it's just I got a lot of wax spilled up in my ear. Just take a look.
Yeah. No, I would have been like sucked in. You got to look at my asshole. Too bad.
So wait, I'm invested in this story. How are your balls?
Yeah, how's your balls?
Oh, it was fine. It was so when you get a vasectomy, they have there's a pretty high chance that you like sperm gets sort of like released into the exterior area of like when they're sewing it up, and because it's like it never comes in contact with your bloodstream, it's treated as like a foreign body. So they basically like your immune system just like sort of isolates it and calcifies it. And so you can end up with like a lump on around your nuts from it. And it's
gonna pop that out.
So do you need to
granuloma.
Ejaculate more or less? Like what's the prescription?
Neither. It's because like the way it like when they cut it, it's like a little bit just sort of you can't sort of catch it all. So it just sits in there. And then it just calcifies.
But it's problem solved now. He's not. This isn't going to recur. It's just now he's got a little. Instead of a kidney stone, he's got a little scrotum stone down in there.
Yeah, I've got a third lesser testicle.
I worked with a guy who had some sort of issue. It might have been a prostate issue or something, but he wasn't jacking off enough, and he needed basically the doctor prescribed that he ejaculates more often, which is weird because he was an accountant, and we all know they slay. But
yeah. I wonder if you kept introducing foreign bodies into the ball sack and then sealing it up, if you could do like a thing like an oyster where you grow pearls and
do it on the dick though, right? So pleases her. That you can put like ball bearings and shit in.
Well, yeah, but you get implants on your penis, but
doing it naturally.
Apparently, if you put a foreign body in your scrotum and you're down there, it'll calcify it and turn it into a little pearl.
Other people's sperm in there. I was just like, well, I suppose it still makes it. So I'm just like
with sperm.
Well, I mean, it worked with that. I don't want to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start putting Tic Tacs in there because I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with that.
Perfect.
But sperm is a proven one. It's like that's going to do exactly.
But Tic Tacs are minty. They can't be dirty.
Your body will attack the Tic Tac. I promise you.
What if it dissolves the Tic Tac and then I end up with fresh breath forever?
Oh no!
I might have like minty jizz. Like,
okay. Now that is a fucking upgrade.
Yeah,
that's huge.
If only there were a product to make your jism have a fruity, delicious taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so this doctor, I'm sure you guys probably have heard about the trout video of the Australian, or you may not.
I watched it.
You watched it?
I thought of you.
Yeah. It's funnily enough, that woman actually works like down the road from where I live. Like, seriously.
Yeah. She's
I know the lake.
I like her.
I know the lake where she was getting a trout put up her.
Hell,
anyway,
yeah.
I walk into this doctor and he's like, the first thing he says to me is like, "Have you seen the video?" And I'm like, "What video?" And he's like, "The trout video." And he's pulling out his phone, like he's looking for it. Like he's gonna show me this video in the doctor's office. I'm like, I'm paying like $90 for this appointment, man. I don't want to see that fucking video. I'm like, yes, I've seen it. And he's like, oh, okay. And he puts his phone away. I'm like, I'm about to sit in the doctor's office and watch fucking animal porn with my doctor. This is fucking weird, man.
Yeah, for the uninitiated, a gentleman who sounds very much, well, frankly, suspiciously like Slush Puppy, is inserting a trout into a woman on a boat on the lake, and you know they both sound just like Slush, and to me anyway,
from where I am.
Exactly. And
place. Of course,
and so like their dirty talk is kind of funny to me because of the accent, and of course,
oh yeah, give it to me, Barry.
It's alive. It's alive as well. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I saw it on Reddit.
It's an adventure.
Been a couple months. Yeah.
It's been a while. But yeah, I just remembered it because of the cancer thing, and then my doctor trying to show it to me. I was
That's great.
Weird,
Your doctor pulls out a fucking girl with a trout in her pussy, shows it to you. I don't have that kind of relationship with my doctor, unfortunately. Someday.
Do you have a main doctor?
Yeah. I guess technically, the guy that I video call with, for all my like TRT shit, I would say he's and then like back home, there's a guy that I sort of saw my whole life, and if I really needed something, and I couldn't get an appointment to do something random here, although that's a lot easier to do after COVID, I would travel all the way back home to him because I know I could get an appointment that day. But now you can just get an app on your phone and find a doctor within hours. It used to be such a struggle. I remember before this is a thing high school should teach you, how to get a goddamn doctor, right? Along with like paying your taxes and everything else. Because I started Googling. I was like, doctors in my area. Oh, you're a dermatologist or like whatever, and call them up, and nobody has appointments for months, and it's frustrating. It's almost like, what do y'all have some kind of a fucking password or something? What do you mean months?
Yes.
What do you mean? Hire another goddamn doctor. There aren't
but
doctors
you don't want to make money.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. It just seems like a problem that's so easily. When I want to get my dog groomed, they're like, nothing's open. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Like what's
squeeze them in?
What's the fucking password?
I swear that's the thing with COVID though. Like everyone was at home, they're like, "Let's get a puppy," and then it's just like, now I can't get a fucking vet appointment.
Maybe part of it. There's probably a big.
I went in there to the vet with the new dog, so I got a new dog, and the vet's like in there, and he's telling me all this shit. He's like, so what you need to do to train it, and I've got my other dog who's 2 years old sitting there next to me. Motherfucker's like perfectly behaved, like sitting there just watching everything going on. I'm like, I don't need pointers. Just check his balls, give him his shots, and get me the fuck out of here. Like I don't know how to train a fucking dog. I got a trained dog sitting right next to me. I got the Scottish Terrier, and then I got Schipperke. They're called. It's
Schipperke.
Yeah, they look like a little like fruit bat. It's a very
Is it a fluffy little dog or
a little fluffy dog? Yeah.
Oh, good. Those are the best kind of dogs. Little fluffy dogs. They're adorable.
Very cute.
I took my Malamute to the vet for an ear infection a couple months ago, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna take some samples and run some labs." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that." She's like, "No, we need to find out what kind of antibiotics to use." I'm like, "Use the good ones." I was like, "Well, we need to make sure that it's this." I'm like, "Just use the good ones. What's most expensive?" Well, there's this and that, and these two. This one's this, and this one's that. Like, but that's not really relevant. I'm like, "Yeah, it is. Give me the good ones." Like I'm like, you're not sticking that Q-tip in his ear because it's gonna hurt. He don't want you to. You're not doing it, and you're not gonna charge me $180 again, like last time, to go look at his ear goo under a microscope and tell me it's bacteria.
Yeah,
I know it's bacteria. So give me the good antibiotics. Let's get the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go get the doctor.
Stop giving me the fake ones.
I'm gonna get the doctor. I'm like, what are you, the fucking like salesperson?
Yeah, doctor. Come on, let's get real.
No, they're not real doctors.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's easier or harder than being a doctor, being a vet.
Well, the counter argument to what everybody knows would be that, they've got to be able to work on everything from an anaconda to a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Walk into your vet and have them operate on an anaconda. See how that goes.
Right.
You need an anaconda guy.
I'm gonna bring him
I'm
a
a
sick
dog
fish,
kind of
and they'll
guy.
be like, "Sir, you really should have brought this in water."
Yeah.
I mostly just sell dog vitamins and shots at an 800% markup and castrate animals. That's mostly my job.
I mostly smell the most expensive treats on earth.
That's the thing that happened with our first dog. They were like, we need to get like a dental expert to look at it because it looks like his one of his bottom teeth is like touching the top of his thing. And then we need to send it off to this dental expert, and then we'll when we put him out to do his fucking balls, we'll just like take a little bit of the top of his tooth off. And I was like, well, you don't need to send it to the fucking dental expert. His fucking tooth is touching it. It's pretty plainly obvious. Just fucking shorten it a little bit. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll just do that. And I'm like, how did it, like, you guys are meant to have motherfucking degrees. Like, how did it take you, like,
well,
no, sir, you don't understand. I'm trying to make money off of you.
They're trying to bill you over the doggy dental expert. By the way, I call bullshit on the fact on that even existing. There's no way there's a guy.
Really? I'm a dog dental expert. It's funny you say that.
All right, there are dogs. I guess now that I talk about like maybe there are, I suppose. But he would be the guy you take him to. You wouldn't get a reference or an opinion. We're gonna have to get an opinion from the tooth guy.
The dog
guy. Maybe if he had like really fucked up teeth, but like I looked at it and I'm like, his teeth grew in, and then I'm like, I look at his teeth and I'm like, wow, he really fucking hates it when I touch his mouth. That must be painful. And I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's all red. I'm like, man, motherfucker with one eye could work that out. Like,
you've got a career in dog dentistry.
Like, apparently now I'm a dog dental expert. All right.
You can. My goodness, are you a dog mechanic as well?
Show me anything, I'll tell you if it's a dog's tooth.
I've never had a good experience at a vet. Like felt like they were smart enough to. I never felt like they were good at their job. I felt like they were okay at their job, and if I wasn't an astute customer, I don't think I was going to get the proper medical assistance for my animal. I've always felt that I'm here as an advocate for the dog, because if I just send him in there, it's like send him into the legal system. He needs me, or they'll fuck him over. They'll be like, just cut it off. Whoa, hang on. Let's sew it back on and see if it takes.
Let's see if it takes.
Those people, I remember like a couple vets doing shitty jobs with our dogs over the years, and then those people trying to fleece me the other day to look at some ear goo under a microscope again. I paid him the first time. I'm like, we're not going to look at his ear bacteria for a second time for another $200 or whatever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just give him the pills.
So you know what she told me by the end? I was like, why does he keep getting these ear infections? I was like, I don't understand. She's like, it could be his food. We've got this food here. It's $100 a bag. You want some? Yeah. And I'm like,
do you love your dog or not? I'm asking.
I said it's not his food. Foods don't. There's no way. Like his diet is causing a goddamn ear infection unless you take pellets of it and put it down in his fucking ear. And then I called her a slur for Asian people, which really took her back because she was black.